Welcome into our 49ers Report post-game show live right here on the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. No matter where you are or how you're tuned in, we appreciate all of you for making the show a part of your evening. What a win for the San Francisco 49ers on the road against the Philadelphia Eagles, exacting their revenge against the team that knocked them out a little bit earlier. Shout out to everybody who's watching right now, because I saw a lot of people who were waiting in the chat room, getting that comment section going. Tony Mesa, Earl, Doja, ELMS, Elias, Aiden, Diva, Dave D, Tay, Wet Noodle, Adrian, Dre Day, as well as Jeannie Wyatt. Good to see all of you hanging out here in the chat live on the San Francisco 49ers Report. Aloco Lopez saying that the Niners looked amazing. San Francisco, I thought, looked incredible in this football game. They were able to overcome some of the early punches from Philadelphia and respond in a great way. And for the Niners to give up those two early field goals and not give up touchdowns, which allowed them to stay in the game and make the deficit manageable, I thought that changed the entire rest of the night. I thought that set the tone for the rest of the evening. And from the time that San Francisco went down 6-0, they were so dominant in this football game. So I'm in agreement with everybody out there who thinks that this was an impressive win for the Niners. It really was. And I think they sent a statement to themselves. After that 3-game losing streak, I wanted to see how this team was going to fare. I wanted to see how they stacked up to win some close games against some really, really quality opponents. With this victory over Philadelphia, and we're about to talk about it here on the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. Looking at the comment section here, I see Wet Noodle, Jeannie, Jay Breezy, Earl, Dre Day, Tracy, Aloco, Kenny Powers, Raymond Torres, all in the chat. Kalen getting us started with the $10 super chat. This is a completely new stream as compared to our watch party. So how crazy can we make this post-game stream? Trying something new. So if it's successful and y'all like it, maybe we'll continue to do stuff like this. Kalen, all the if has been answered. Bang, bang, Niner gang. And I think what you're alluding to there is if the 49ers were healthy in the NFC Championship game, if Brock Purdy didn't get hurt, how would they have fared against Philadelphia? Look, I believe in my ability to analyze this great, beautiful, gorgeous game of football. And I had said going into the NFC Championship game last year, these two teams are on an even playing field. These two teams are excellent. And I thought we had the potential to see one of the best NFC Championship games of all time. Brock Purdy goes out early, and from that point, San Francisco is doomed. Today, I thought Philadelphia looked a little bit tired. You know, they went up against Buffalo last week, Kansas City Chiefs before that, gauntlet of a schedule with the Cowboys and Seahawks coming up. But this was an opportunity to see how the Niners match up against Philadelphia. Could they go in and come from behind in a hostile environment against a great team and get a victory to instill confidence in themselves? And they were able to do that, and moving forward, that's big for this group. Allie Smith with the $5 super chat. Allie, thank you for that as well. And as is the trademark for me, if we get a $50 super chat on our post-game show here, I will shotgun a beer. For Niner fans out there, you're looking to celebrate what was a very impressive victory over Philadelphia. We're going to break this game down in further detail. We'll take some of your questions, but in the meantime, $50 super chat comes in. We'll have fun together. I'm down to shotgun another beer. Rick Nyers, what's up, Chase? Rick, good to see you again, man. It's been a little while. Where you been, Rick? Hope all is well during the holiday season. Jeannie Wyatt, Philadelphia's defensive line was worn down a little bit. I agree, Jeannie. Jeannie knows ball. Rob Smith, Purdy locked in with Ayuk, and that's why I had the conversation on the show from a couple of days ago. This is why you can't let Brandon Ayuk walk out of the door. You don't let special walk away. And Brandon Ayuk, special. Kelly, $5 super chat. That was hands down one of the best football games I've ever seen. Niner fans got a lot of retracting to do. If you were hating on this team going into this game, you really don't have any reason to hate on San Francisco any longer. I had tweeted this out a little while ago, and it really is crazy. The Niners went down 6-0. From the time that they went down 6-0, they went on a 35-7 run. Think about that. Kyle Shanahan was in his bag. Pre-snap motion, play design, scheming guys open. I thought Kyle Shanahan absolutely fantastic as a play caller, having his team ready. Now, San Francisco did have the clear rest advantage over Philadelphia. That played a role in this game because I thought the Niners looked like the fresher team. Either way, though, this gets chalked up as a very impressive dub for the Niners here. So we're up to $20 in Super Chats. We had the 10 come in from Kalen, 5 come in from Kelly. Night Shift Garage with the $20 Super Chat. Thanks for the play-by-play and informative updates. It was just a different game when we played with the quarterback. We make outstanding halftime adjustments. I thought Steve Wilkes made some good halftime adjustments. I thought San Francisco, they kind of had the momentum and the ball rolling in their favor going into halftime. They were able to take the lead. They were able to kind of impose their will to a certain degree. But, you think about it from the Niners standpoint, to get points before the half and then to come out in the third quarter and make a statement like that, that was very impressive. Night Shift Garage, good stuff on that $20 Super Chat right there. We appreciate that $20 Super Chat. All right, I'm going to set the shot clock here to 2 minutes. We are going to start our post-game show in 2 minutes. We are taking as many Super Chats as we can in the next 2 minutes. And every Super Chat that comes in, on top of the ones that already came in, will be a part of our post-game show. Again, the $50 Super Chat still holds to do the shotgun in celebration of this Niners win. Great watch party today on both streams. But 2 minutes on the clock, and then we'll start our official 49ers Report post-game show live on the 49ers Report. Kim H. came dress chase. Suited and booted for this big game. We went live on the Niners Report. We went live on Philadelphia Eagles now, so I had to dress the part for what was the best game up to this point of the NFL season. Tracy saying, I've got 50 to send. Tracy, I ain't stopping you. I ain't stopping you. Wet Noodle Chase Madden lied to me. You know what? I thought it was going to be a closer game, and I'm a little bit disappointed it wasn't a little bit closer there, Wet Noodle. I thought when the Eagles, after the whole Dre Greenlaw situation, cut it to a one-score game, we were going to see a legendary game. And what's crazy is that when you've watched the Niners as a whole, the Eagles as a whole, and you went into the NFC Championship game last year, and then in this game, you've thought, okay, this could be one of the best games of the NFL season. This could be an all-timer with a lot of storylines, with just two great rosters with future Hall of Famers, All-Pros, Pro Bowlers. We haven't seen a close game yet, and it's been interesting how these games have played out. Brock Purdy gets injured last year in the NFC Championship game, and then this year, Eagles take the early lead, Niners come back, and then after that, I thought that the pace in which the Niners played with, it just kind of set the tone for this game, and Philadelphia wasn't able to kind of find their groove to a certain degree. Tony Mesa, a $50 super chat. He'll do the 50. Thank you, Tony. Tony. We had Tracy saying she had the 50. Where you at, Tracy? The winner of our Niners flag from a little bit earlier. LG, Nick Bosa was wasted in the game from vodka. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Are we talking post-game with him being pumped up? I think Nick Bosa takes such great care of his body. I'm not even sure if the dude drinks alcohol, to be honest with you. Chip, can you get me a beer out of that fridge? Let's get that beer for Tony Mesa. Tony, good stuff by you. Is anybody going to match Tony's 50? This is a brand new stream here on the San Francisco 49ers Report. Earl, how many sacks did the Niners have? We will talk about that in our post-game show. But first, this is for Tony Mesa. Thanks for your support of the show. That's a great Niners win here today. Oh, that makes sense, Tracy. That does happen on YouTube. All good, Tracy. All right. Rick Nyers, $20 super chat. We'll pop that up as well. I'm not saying that would have been the result in the NFC Championship game, but Brock showed everyone what he's made of and what the Niners are capable of. Look, stop sleeping on Brock Purdy. What Brock Purdy is doing right now over what is now a large sample size this year and a large sample size last year, this is a special, unique, gifted quarterback here. And I thought what Trent Williams said the other week was spot on, right? It's like, and he said this, it's like in the last pick of the draft, when you pick a quarterback like this with Mr. Irrelevant, it's almost like you hit like the $2 billion lottery. It really is. It changes the direction of your franchise. Rick, new profile picture right there. We missed the beard, but we like that as well. G-Code, $5 super chat. Grant said that Kyle Shanahan adjusted by staying away from the slow developing plays that he likes, and Kyle Shanahan adjusted to shotgun, getting the ball out of his hand quickly. Yeah, and you know, I talked about that in the game, during the game, and during the watch party. I thought that the Niners' adjustments were pretty good. You know, the first half, San Francisco, or the first two drives, I should say, 3 and out. And the Eagles' pass rush was able to get home. After that, though, Kyle Shanahan and this Niners team, they made the necessary adjustments to try to negate and neutralize the Eagles' pass rush that caused Brock Purdy to go out last year. And some of those quick hitters got the ball out of Brock Purdy's hand quick. He didn't get sacked. He didn't get hit. It also got the ball in the hands of your playmakers, right? George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey. And they were so good at picking up yards after the catch. And what is that doing as a coach? Putting the ball in the hands of your playmakers and tapping into your strengths. Niners able to do that with those adjustments. All right, who is ready to start our post-game show? If you're ready to start our post-game show, I want you to type me in the chat. Type me in the chat if you're ready to start our post-game show, because we're about to break this game down in further detail. David, Rick, King Xavier, Wet Noodle, Marion Butler, Just, Brian, Dave D, SK, Oliver Leach, The Book of Ronan, Tom Daly, Mr. Program, Tracy, me, Al, Paul, Electro Babe, tuned in from Canada, also known as Canada. Words of Wisdom, typing me. All right, good stuff right there. Russell Hill, Savvy Eagle. Yeah, Savvy Eagle. Good point right there. We will continue to take your super chats throughout the show. Chip, at the end of the postgame show, I'll just give you the cue. Let's just include all the super chats that came in and any super chats that continue to come in. You will be a part of our postgame show as well. Which one is this, by the way? Is it Factor? Okay, cool. Let's see. All right, I'm ready to rock on that end. Continue to like the video as well. 262 people watching live, 105 likes. The more likes that we get, more people who will come in here and find the stream, and the better that the show will be. Let's recap this San Francisco 49ers dub over the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's coming your way right now on our 49ers Report postgame show. What a win for the San Francisco 49ers, regardless of how you slice it up. That is a statement victory for this organization, for head coach Kyle Shanahan, for Brock Purdy, and the rest of this team. You're watching the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr., and no matter where you are or how you're tuned in, as always, we appreciate you for joining the show. For everybody who tuned into our watch party, thank you so much for supporting the program. So, going into this game in Philadelphia, NFL Week 13, all Niner fans, this entire organization had this game circled on the calendar after the NFC title bout last year, in which San Francisco, rightfully so, did not believe that they had an equal opportunity and an equal chance to make it to the Super Bowl because Brock Purdy went out early. Josh Johnson, the Niners' fourth-string quarterback, came in, and then Christian McCaffrey had to throw passes in an NFC championship game, and then Brock Purdy had to hand the football off when the Niners knew that his elbow was shredded. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a statement victory for San Francisco. 42-19 win over the Philadelphia Eagles. An Eagles team that I thought that coming into this game was the best team in the NFL, the most multiple team in the NFL, and still is, but was, the number one seed in the NFC. But now that San Francisco has won this head-to-head matchup, and they did so going away in dominant fashion, you have to look at this Niners team, even though they're not the number one seed in the NFC, as the best team in the NFC. A lot of things factored in to why San Francisco was able to win this football game by 23 points. But when you look back at this victory for this Niners team, what a win for head coach Kyle Shanahan. What a win for Brock Purdy. What a win for all of the players on this Niners team who at this same field in South Philadelphia at Lincoln Financial Field basically knew that their fate was sealed last year in the first quarter once Brock Purdy went out. I understand and I respect that Josh Johnson has been able to have the career that he's had as a longtime backup quarterback in this league. But when you have to insert a quarterback like that against an Eagles team that came in as the number one seed, 14-3, San Francisco was sour about that defeat, and that's why they reacted to the defeat the way that they did. Because on an equal playing field, they wanted to see how they matched up with the Philadelphia Eagles, and this Eagles team, look, they've gone on a gauntlet stretch here, and they've won 5 games when trailing at halftime. The Eagles going down for the first time in a situation like that this year because San Francisco kept the pedal to the metal. And the Eagles team beat Kansas City on the road a couple of weeks ago. Last week, overtime game against the Buffalo Bills. They eked out a win there. San Francisco had the clear rest advantage. And Philadelphia, as the game wore on, looked tired. They looked worn down. And you have to give the Niners credit for this dub, and you have to factor that in for Philadelphia, right? But to the Niners' credit, as far as talent goes, they're just as talented, if not more talented, than the Philadelphia Eagles. And their pace of play, their style of play, their physicality was a reason why they wore the Eagles down in this football game. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for daily coverage of the San Francisco 49ers. By the way, we are approaching 104,000 subscribers, so be a part of the faithful family here at Chat Sports and hit that sub button. You look at how this Niners offense fared against this Eagles defense. In the lead up to this game, we talked so much about how this Niners team statistically, when you looked at the numbers, had the edge against Philadelphia. 456 yards of offense, 8 yards per play. That's a beatdown right there. Brock Purdy, 19 of 27 for 310 yards. San Francisco, against one of the top rushing defenses in the NFL, able to run 28 times for 146 yards, average yards per carry at 5.2. What was important here, San Francisco as the road team, 0 turnovers, time of possession. Actually, the Niners lost it 28 minutes to 31 minutes, but it was their explosive plays and their adjustments from the start of this game to the end of it that I thought was the difference. First 2 drives, Niners went 3 and out, both of those times, and the Eagles' pass rush was able to get home. Then Kyle Shanahan made a great adjustment that meant a lot in the course of this football game. Quick hitters, quick throws to get the ball out of Brock Purdy's hands quickly to neutralize that Philadelphia pass rush, which ended the game last year in the NFC Championship game. And then that led to Brock Purdy being able to get rid of the ball, but then you relied on your strengths of being a great yards after the catch team. How about the performance from Deebo Samuel today? He looked like the 2021 All-Pro. Brandon Ayuk getting open consistently, making very tough catches and critical catches. Jawan Jennings, a couple of massive plays on some of those money downs, and George Kittle in that first half in particular was really good. And then when you combine the quick hitters with the run game and the blocking scheme, the play design, pre-snap motion, post-snap designs, I thought that Kyle Shanahan caught a beautiful game here. And he was in his bag as a play caller, and that goes down as a statement victory for Kyle Shanahan, considering the opponent, how good Philadelphia is, how dominant San Francisco was, but the adjustments in game that took place for the Niners to be able to come back from down 6-0 to win this ball game. And this is pretty crazy, right? From the time that the Eagles took a 6-0 lead, the Niners then responded with a 35-7 run. And this Eagles offense held in check here. 333 total yards, 4.8 yards per play. Hurts, pretty solid. Went into the locker room, had to go through a concussion protocol, but couldn't find a rhythm. And this Eagles team could not run the football. 18 carries, 46 yards, and that really shut down what is a very diverse approach and offense for Philadelphia. Eagles didn't turn the football over either, but this Niners team at the point of attack held up very well, and this Niners team had more explosive plays as compared to the Eagles. Our postgame show is sponsored by Factor, by the way. Get 50% off with the code NinersChat50. We'll put that link for you down below in the comment section, as well as in the description of this video. This holiday season, you might be looking for nutritious, convenient meals to keep you energized on jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service, can help you fuel up fast for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You're going to save time, you're going to eat well, and you're going to stay on track with your healthy lifestyle while tackling all of your holiday to-dos. I'm a great walking embodiment of that. On Saturday, surpassed 200 days on my running streak. On the 49ers Report today, we did a 5-hour stream, and then we went live on a different stream for our postgame show. I'm able to maintain this consistency and this energy because I'm fueled up with Factor meals. Skip the stress of meal prepping over the holidays like me with Factor. Choose from 35+ weekly flavor-packed, fresh, never frozen meals that support a healthy lifestyle and meet your meal preferences. All delivered straight to your door and ready to eat in just a couple of minutes. So it's 50% off factormeals.com/NinersChat. Limited time only. Hop on this deal right now. The link is down below for your availability. Let's continue to talk about this football game. I thought what changed the course of this game was the fact that the 49ers were able to overcome some early punches. Philadelphia marches right down the field on the first drive. Only got a field goal because the Niners defense bent, but it did not break. Second drive of the game. Eagles offense moves right down the field, had to kick a field goal. Niners defense bent, but did not break. Up until that point, Philadelphia had dominated the football game. Brock Purdy had not completed a pass in this football game. But you're only down 6-0. So for this coaching staff with Kyle Shanahan, Steve Wilks, Chris Kocurek, to make the necessary adjustments that they did, the Niners overcame some early jabs from Philadelphia. And then once they scored that touchdown to take that 7-6 lead, when the Niners play from ahead, they're so difficult to stop. So San Francisco getting those stops in the red zone was critical. And Brock Purdy, credit to him for making adjustments as well. There was nothing there on the first 2 drives. And then what changed is when the Niners got on the board with an 11-play, 85-yard drive to take the lead. Purdy had 1 incompletion on that drive. He finished the day 19 of 27, 314 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Christian McCaffrey, I thought, looked to be and proved to be the difference maker that he's always been. 17 carries, 93 yards, and a touchdown. He just kept chipping away and chipping away. And today was the Deebo Samuel game. This is why you signed Deebo Samuel to the contract extension that you paid him prior to the 2022 season. Anytime that Deebo Samuel gets his hands on the pill, he's a threat to take it to the crib. And Deebo Samuel really helped blow the doors off of this football game with the touchdowns that he was able to score. The first one over the middle, Nicholas Morrow of Philadelphia can't make the tackle. Deebo Samuel shakes it off like it's nothing. Like it's just a sheet that you throw in yourselves, and he just throws it to the side. And he takes it to the crib with the acceleration and the explosiveness and the ability to make guys miss in the open field. And then once this game was pretty much decided, Deebo Samuel had another touchdown, which, like the first one, was around that 50-yard mark. 4 catches for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns, that long of 48 on that aforementioned touchdown. He could flip the field. I love how Kyle Shanahan used him as a kick returner in this game. Use your weapons and act as though you need that victory. And San Francisco, they did that. And they made the substitutions, the adjustments, and they acted desperate. They acted as though they needed this victory, and they got it. And I thought that Deebo was terrific. This Eagles team came in as one of the best tackling teams in the NFL. Today, they were awful. And this Niners team came in as the number 1 yards after the catch per completion team in the NFL. They won that matchup. Early in this game, in this first half, because George Kittle really didn't do anything in that second half, George Kittle, couple of really, really big third down conversions, critical conversions in this football game. He served as that security blanket, that go-to option for quarterback Brock Purdy. And I thought that Kittle, with his ability to pick up yards after the catch, and I thought the Niners did a good job of kind of forcing the Eagles to cover downfield and then hitting them with some underneath routes to allow the San Francisco team to pick up yards after the catch. And George Kittle was a part of that. And Brandon Ayuk, 5 catches, 46 yards, and a touchdown. You know, Brandon Ayuk continues to be just a spectacular player on this Niners team. He's their number 1 wide receiver. And even though Deebo went off today, you saw why it's important to have both. This is why you pay and keep Brandon Ayuk. You don't let Special walk out of the door. But when you combine him with Deebo Samuel, these are game-changing weapons that help you surround your young quarterback and Brock Purdy with the necessary playmakers to be able to make massive plays throughout the juncture of a football game that could change the football game. And then San Francisco's defense, holding the Philadelphia Eagles to 19 overall points, is a win. The Niners went 8 of 11 on third downs. Philadelphia, 8 of 15. Total plays. Philadelphia ran 69 plays to the Niners' 57, yet San Francisco outgained them 456 to 333. Both of these teams had equal drives, both with 9 yards per play. We talked about that earlier. San Francisco, 8 yards per play. Philadelphia, 4.8. And then you look at the pass rushing numbers for this Niners team. Jalen Hurts was under duress throughout the entire game. I thought Hurts played well, but this Niners team did a very good job with their defensive line of kind of dominating an Eagles offensive line that is probably, arguably, the best in football. San Francisco only with 3 team sacks, but they had 9 quarterback hits. The defensive backs for San Francisco were outrageously good. 11 pass breakups against Philadelphia. Charvarius Ward, once again, lockdown defender on either Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown. His ability to turn around and address the football. Clutch. Big-time stuff. That's what quarterbacks need to do in this league. Ambry Thomas, 4th consecutive game, he played great football as well. The adjustment that Kyle Shanahan and Steve Wilks made in that secondary, benching Isaiah Oliver, Diamador Lenore from outside of the slot, and putting Ambry Thomas on the outside has helped change this Niners defense. And now San Francisco, over their last 4 games, they have accumulated 18 sacks. Pretty damn good. They turned it around. Steve Wilks deserves credit for that as well. Let's get to your super chats here. Kalen Adaki, one of our Goldmine Hall of Fame members. Anybody who sends in $100 or more with the single solo super chat, you're a Goldmine Hall of Fame member. Kalen, all the if, ands, and buts, it's been answered. Bang, bang, Niner gang. I agree. You know, for San Francisco to go on the road to win this game the way that they did, now, you know, you may have an indication of what the NFC Championship game may have looked like if Brock Purdy stayed healthy. Now, Philadelphia still dominated that football game, so maybe the Niners lose in a close one, but this right here is a statement. Kelly, $5. That was hands down one of the best football games. I don't understand how anybody hates on this Niners team. Like, when you think about the future Hall of Famers, the All-Pros, the Pro Bowlers that are on this team, from Trent Williams to Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, and then you add in good coaching, like we saw today from San Francisco, and the other quality players like a Charvarius Ward, Ambry Thomas stepping up, Dre Greenlaw, I know he got ejected, weird scenario right there. You can't contact an Eagles staff member in the face on the sideline. That's what the officials saw. That's why they threw him out. But when you have dogs like that, this is a stacked roster. And the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers, when I watched this game today, they are the 2 top teams in the National Football League, because I don't think a team in the AFC matches up. You can make the argument that the Baltimore Ravens do. We'll see Ravens and Niners in a couple of weeks. Night Shift Garage, $20. Thanks for the play-by-play and informative updates during the watch party. It was just a different game when we played with the quarterback. We made outstanding halftime adjustments. I totally agree. Rick Nyers with the 20. I'm not saying that would have been the result in the NFC Championship game, but Brock showed everyone what he's made of and what the Niners are capable of. You know, this quote from Bradley Roby in the lead up to this game, he's the Eagles slot corner, been in the league for a long time, really stood out to me. He said that Brock Purdy does such a great job of throwing receivers open. And he said that's kind of a lost art in the NFL. A lot of quarterbacks don't do that these days. He said, I played with Peyton Manning. He did that. He said that Brock Purdy does that as well. And what that means is if something's not there, you can still throw the football there to lead one of your targets to lead to a big play. And that's what, you know, Brock Purdy does so well. That's what he did in this game. On some of those third down conversions, like there wasn't necessarily a play there or a guy wide open, but with the anticipation and anticipatory throws, anticipation is so underrated for a quarterback. Like, that's what he has, and that's why I've continued to say, this dude's special. J-Code Travels, $5 super chat. Grant Cohn said Kyle Shanahan adjusted by staying away from the slow-developing plays that he likes to do, and Kyle Shanahan adjusted Brock Purdy to shotgun to get the ball out of his hand quickly. Yeah, I said that during the watch party. I said this during this pregame show. First 2 drives, Niners go 3 and out. Eagles fans are making noise. Eagles feel the momentum of the game. And then after that, on that third drive, 11 play, 85 yards, 1 incompletion for Purdy, and it was because he was pressured. He kind of had to dirt that ball to, I believe, George Kittle in the flat. But making those adjustments to make his life easier, to get the ball out of his hands, to neutralize what is a very good Eagles pass rush, good adjustments right there. Allie Smith, $10. I've been saying the last 2 weeks we could win this game. So glad we got the dub. Shout out to the Canadian fans. I love the Niners. I love Canada. Shout out to you, Allie Smith. And look, I took the Niners to win the NFC Championship game last year. I took the Eagles to win this game slightly. I'm wrong. I'll eat the crow. I took the Niners last year in the NFC title bout, but I didn't doubt San Francisco. I said on this show they can win this game. I said on Larry Krueger's show they can win this game. And they dominated to a very impressive degree. Allie Smith, thank you for that. Jeremy Roberson, $20 super chat. I was a bit concerned after the first quarter. They didn't pick up a first down in the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen, by the way. But after, falling into a groove, and realizing that we are quickly wearing down their defensive line, I knew that we had it. I think on equal rest, that could have been a different game. San Francisco getting a week and a half of rest helped them in this game. There is just no doubt about it, but you can't allow that to take credit away from what they were able to do. Big Hurt, $2. Hey, Chase, I told you we would spank the Sheagles. Shout out to you. Shout outs to Words of Wisdom. I did not envision a 42-19 game, and I still don't think that both of these teams have been able to play at full strength in their 2 matchups the last 2 years. But in the last 3 years, San Francisco now owns this matchup 2-1. Tony Mesa, $5. I'm a Ducks fan, so it was nice to see Marcus Mariota play today. Unfortunate for Oregon to lose that Pac-12 championship game to Washington on Friday. I actually thought Mariota played somewhat solid in the short relief of Jalen Hurts. Tom Daly, $5 right here. Great job, Chase and Chip. Kind of weird, but it worked. I enjoy you on the Krug show. Niners offensive line did better than I thought it would. Shout out to Chip. Type Chip in the chat. He crushed it. And yes, it is a little bit unique. And I understand why people are like, how do you cover the Niners as well as the Eagles? Look, I was hired in 2021 at Chat Sports, a job that has changed my life forever, to specifically cover the Niners, the entire NFL, and the NBA here at Chat Sports. Then we had a person who left the company, who was covering the Eagles, leave to do his own thing, Thomas Mott. So I'm from Philadelphia. They asked me to cover Eagles. These are 2 teams that had no previous history as rivals or any previous history in general. I grew up in Philly. You think I'm going to turn down an opportunity to talk about a team that I know very well that is able to give me quality of life, to make more money in sports broadcasting? Those of you who listen to podcasts about your favorite team, those of you who watch the local news, you watch regional sports networks, whatever, not everybody is from San Francisco or the Bay Area or grew up as Niner fans. But this is what I can tell you. In a game like this today, when I have watched every snap from the Niners and Eagles, nobody better qualified to talk about this game than myself. And producer Chip, he's pretty much watched every single snap from these 2 teams as well. And I think that an unbiased approach to Niners coverage is sometimes good, because you don't get some of these homers out there, which is sometimes leading to the coverage just not being truthful. I'm real, I'm truthful, I keep it 100, so thank you, Tom Daly. 42-19, San Francisco 49ers win on the road against the Philadelphia Eagles. And can we take a look at the playoff picture before we hop on out of here? Because San Francisco is still not the number 1 seed in the NFC. They need the Eagles to lose one more game the rest of the way, and then the Niners need to obviously continue their tear here. But I think that we are going to see this game again at the end of January in the NFC Championship game. The Philadelphia Eagles, 10-2, still the number 1 seed in the NFC through 13 games, or 12 games in 13 weeks, sorry about that. And the 49ers in a very good spot at 9-3. Detroit Lions, 9-3. There is so much of a gap between the Eagles and Niners and the other teams in this conference. You could throw in the Dallas Cowboys, but until they do something meaningful in a meaningful spot, I just don't have confidence in Dallas in being able to beat this Niners team who put up 41 points on the board, and we'll see what happens with Eagles-Cowboys next week. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you for watching. This is a blessing to be able to host this show and to be able to have this platform. I do not take it for granted, and I love the faithful. Thank you. All right. What are the people saying here? What are the people saying? Ronnie Steele, Tom Daly, Electra Babe, Night Shift Garage. Oh, Night Shift Garage saying, no, Chase, I'm an Oregon State Beaver alumni and dad. Nice. I guess you were allowed one shortcoming. I thought that you said duck, right? I thought he said duck. Oh, that was Tony. Wait, what did I get confused there then? Night Shift Garage, I was talking about Tony Mesa, not you, as the Oregon fan. Daniel Copley, a $50 super chat. Thank you for that. We are past $200 in super chats. Chase, I love your time and effort covering the Niners. Both fan bases extremely lucky to have an extremely hardworking analyst like you, brother. Real one. Real one, roll call. Daniel, honestly, comments like that, I do appreciate it. I don't care what the haters say. I really don't. But when I get compliments like that, it shows the effort that I put in, Chip puts in. It makes it all worth it. So thank you for that. Cheers to you, Daniel, for the $50 super chat. Beer cheers for you, my guy. Appreciate that. Good stuff, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Tony Mesa making a great point. Ravens going to be a good game. I agree. What'd you say? Damn, Daniel. All right, let's do this. Let's go 2-minute super chat shot clock. And if y'all continue to send in super chats, like, we will continue to stay live. Because we're not scared and we're built different, as we like to say. So if you want to send in a super chat within 2 minutes, we'll stay live.
Get them in, get them in, get them in.
We already went live for more than 5 hours during our watch party. We'll stay live for the post-game show as well. Yeah. Where is that? Right here? Yep. Yeah, good call. I was going to do that before the post-game show, but I was like, I can't mess with that right now. Night Shift Garage is a real one. I'll let your babe throw in another bird in there because the Cardinals are coming up as well. David, predict next week's score. San Francisco is so much better than Seattle. At home, 31-20 dub. John Wallace, Ravens game is at Levi Stadium. Tom Daly is a real one. Johnny Dubs is a real one. Night Shift Garage, as I said, a real one. Wet Noodle, salute my guy. 120 on the Super Chat shot clock. Lisa Hernandez, real one. Lisa, I might have to go home tonight and watch 50 Shades of Grey.
I just started watching The Boys.
Is Lisa tatted like Alicia? I saw Alicia's tatted up. What'd you say?
I just started watching The Boys.
What's that?
Oh, you don't know The Boys?
No.
It's basically like a superhero show, but imagining what it would actually be like in real life if superheroes were like celebrities, pretty much.
Okay.
And it's very like, I just started. I only watched the first episode, but I know a lot of people who have seen it. It's very intense and like it's crazy.
Interesting. Lisa Hernandez said I am. All right. Hey, keep us live. Keep us live with the super chat. If not, we out. Mike Du Bois. Chase, do you think that Kyle Shanahan is the best coach in the NFL? Man, best coach in the NFL. Who has it nowadays? Like Bill Belichick is cooked. If Kyle Shanahan wins a Super Bowl, he might get that honor. I think that Andy Reid right now is the best coach in the NFL. But this is a great win for Shanahan today. And this goes a long way in his stock. Wet Noodle, my wife loves the show. Shout out to Mrs. Jansen. I'll let your babe. I've done a bit today. I wish I could do more. All good, I'll let your babe. You're a legend. Either way. Wait, so Lisa's got the tats as well? Lisa and Alicia are tatted up? That's awesome. Now, Lisa, are you a 50 Shades of Grey type of gal? That's the next question. Electra Babe, excited for next games? Or for the next games? I got you. Yeah, no, I agree. Look, Niners, Seahawks, going to be a blast. Alicia said, wait, what? So my question, Alicia, was, Alicia, I saw your tweet. You look to be tatted up. Am I wrong? And I asked if your mom is tatted up like you are. Your Twitter video, Alicia. There you go. Tom Daly, $5 super chat. We got out of this without any injuries. That's big down the road. Yeah, that's huge. Wet Noodle said, Chase, you're the man. 50 Shades of Grey. Crazy show. Crazy movie. Yeah, people get down like that. Dwayne, Deebo rules. Deebo. Whoa. Is anybody else a 50 Shades of Grey type of person? Y for yes, N for no. David Armstead got lots of rest. With that foot injury, that was important. He played well when he was in the game. Electra Babe, who's going to answer that? Just wait, Electra Babe. Tony Mesa said no. What are you, Electra Babe? Jeannie Wyatt, Banks is back on the offensive line. He played solid in this game. Tom Daly said, nope, too old now. Sky Shouter, I don't know if Greenlaw will get fined or not. I mean, He made contact with the staff member. It's never good. Staff member kind of pointed to him, but I think he pointed to him saying he slammed down Devontae Smith. Kalen, who won the jersey? Night Shift Garage won the Trent Williams jersey. Wet Noodle said the wife count. Speaking of that, what is your body count? Let us know in the chat. What is your body count? Leave us a numerical figure down below. $100 super chat. I'll let you know my body count. Electra Babe. No comment. I think I was one of the first people to give you the definition of 50 Shades. You were. You were. I knew the term. I just couldn't come up with the term.
It was in there.
It was in there. Night Shift Garage said 71. Is that your body count or Trent Williams' jersey? It's Trent Williams' jersey. He won it. Tom Daly, what does that mean? Who wants to tell Tom? Sky Shouter, I like that. A gentleman never tells. Jeannie Wyatt, body count, question mark. Exactly. Look at Electra Babe's comment. How many people?
Packers
Wet Noodle,
14.
5'10", 215.
It's one way to look at it.
Tom Daly said, I'm old. Let me in on the info. Yeah. It's body count, Wet Noodle. Technically, that does pass.
Body weight.
Body weight is something different. I'm dead. Luis Wiley said, lots of blonde. Blondie guy. So, Tom Daly, the body count, like Electrobabe said, how many people have you slept with? Jeremy Roberson lost count after 120. I ain't scared.
Jeremy.
So now that y'all know the body count, and it's not just sleeping, it's, getting down with, if you get my drift. What's the body count? Lost count after 120. You clearly are not scared, Jeremy Roberson. Oh, man, that is good stuff. It's late. We're getting weird. Rich, you can relax, Chase. I'm chilling, brother.
We're pretty relaxed.
We're relaxed, man. Tom Daly, let me think. I'm not seeing a lot of numbers in the chat, man. Electrobabe said lips are sealed. $100 super chat. I'll give you an over-under for me.
Over-under.
Brent Smith, greetings, Chase. Whose post-game show takes precedent? This one, because this is the post-game show. This is a different stream than our watch party.
You're in it right now.
Alicia ain't saying. Come on, you can't be scared. What Noodle said, one only. Tony! $100 super chat. A 10th ever super chat. Oh, man.
Tony.
I retracted and I said, I'll let you know the over-under. I'd have to think too, man. Shit.
Lost track.
I'm not like Jeremy. Rich won quality over quantity. Electrobabe, yes, Aisha or Alicia, girl stay silent. I like that. All right. Tony, 10th ever super chat.
Tony
I'm waiting
10.
for some more numbers in the chat before I set my over-under. Rich Millich, I like that. One quality over quantity. That's good. You and Wet Noodle 187. Wet Noodle, one and only. That's a gentleman right there. All right, we'll go over under 30. Type O for over, U for under.
What's the chat thinking?
What's the chat think?
Get your votes in.
Tony Mesa, 3 for me.
4 for 4?
Electrobabe said over. David under. Brandon under. Diva Doll, not going to say. Tony Mesa over. Lisa Hernandez under.
A lot of
Rich
unders.
Millich under. King's Family Gaming under. Lisa, is that because I said I wasn't down with the 50 Shades of Grey flow? Night Shift Garage. Oh.
Definitely. He's sure about this one.
So the 49ers-Eagles game, what was the total over-under?
Before the game or the final?
Before the game.
I think it was
47 points.
Yeah.
All right. I have something in common with Eagles-Niners and how this game played out. That's it. That's all I'll say. Wet Noodle, 5 fingers don't count, Chase. Brent Smith, did I miss the post-game analysis.
This is the
Yes.
post-game analysis.
Yeah, we did the post-game show, and now we're just hanging out. So when you combine Niners 42 and Eagles 19, and the total over-under for this game was 47 points going in, I have something in common with how this game was played tonight. So, Electrobabe, that's not technically it. Lisa, it's not 61. I'm just The prompt earlier was over under a certain number. And then I shifted that into the game. So over 30. No, Alicia, not 61. No. That's a fair amount. It's a fair amount. 16 Bar King, $5 super chat. $16 Bar King, spitting some bars. Brandon, so you started off slow and then went for 43. I'm under 43. Under 43. But the previous over-under that I said, I'm over that. Just like this game was over. The point total of 47. Y'all see what I'm saying? Kenny Powers, I'm chugging right now. BRB. Here's 16 Bar King. Gang versus birds. No doubt who I'm picking. Wings for dinner. For weeks. All taste like chicken. That's a bar right there. That's a bar right there. So, Chip, I don't think you know much about 16 Bar King.
No, not
So
much.
Trizzy obviously was producing the show a lot last year and in the offseason. 16 Bar King, we would put on a spinning wheel. One of the wheel items was for us to spit bars. So we would just freestyle. And 16 Bar King started chiming in with super chats where he would freestyle.
Oh, no way.
So now when he sends in super chats, he just freestyles.
That's what's up.
It's icy. It's icy. All right, what else we got? Brent Smith, thank you, man. Brandon Woodside, I think you're at 37. I don't know the exact number. Over, under, 30, over. Tom Daly, Bar King rocks. Henry, see y'all tomorrow on Victory Monday. You already know. Are we about to sign off? Should we sign off? Should we sign off? Tony Mesa, thanks for the 100, man. It's never over, Chase. I'm not married like you, Wet Noodle 187. Electra Babe, he's just between 30 and 43. Exactly. Electra Babe knows what's up. Electra Babe said we just got a 5. I didn't see the 5. Oh, 16 Bar King, yeah. But after that 5, we're back to the 2-minute shot clock. Let's get weird. Comment your height and shoe size if you want. Just like Wet Noodle 187 did. Wet Noodle 187, that's a viewer of the program. Real ones know. Brent Smith, enjoyed you and Larry Krueger. Listened to Larry since 2000 on sports radio. I grew up listening to sports talk radio. I love that platform. I think it's awesome. So to be able to go on with Larry, who's a sports talk legend in the Bay Area, every Friday on his channel, which is really successful. He's growing it like crazy. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. 5'3", I wear a size 8 in women's from Alicia. Electra Babe, 5'4", 134. Henry the Average Niner Fan, 4'9", 6.5. Kenny Powers, Brett Smith saying Larry is an OG. Brad Terrian, I was going to say 38 to 18. Thank you, Tom. I enjoy with Krug as well. Jeannie Wyatt, 5'2", shoe size 6. Lisa Hernandez, 5'10". So Lisa's 5'10", but Alicia's 5'3"? That's crazy. Wet Noodle, at least I got a fine-ass wife. Hell yeah, Wet Noodle. Hell yeah. Mine was Wait in Canada from Electrobabe. Brent Smith, I see what you're saying, man. You said Larry Fitzgerald, but I knew that you were talking about Krug. Tom Daly, 6'4", size 12. 5'4", 134, size 8. Now I got you, Electra. 5'10", 13 from Susie Sushi. Susie Sushi, hung. 6'9", size 14 from Kenny. Kenny! That's a big dog right there. Woo, woo, woo.
Kenny!
I'm 6 foot, size 13. Jesus, 5'5", size 9. David, 5'8", size 10. Good stuff. Night Shift Garage, 5'11", size 11. Electrobabe, holy hell.
6'9" is crazy.
6'9" nuts. Tom Daly, hey, someone said I look like Duke Nukem. I can see that. All right. We're about to dip out here. San Francisco 49ers report. What a day. Great football analysis. Great entertainment. A lot of laughs. And a lot of fun and joy to be had. What a day. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Watch party was awesome. Post-game show was excellent as well. We will be back tomorrow, Monday, Victory Monday for the San Francisco 49ers. We'll recap this game, take a look at all of the latest Niners news. Adam, thank you for that. Appreciate you. Shout out to Chip. Everybody type Chip in the chat. He killed it today. So much going on behind the scenes that y'all don't see and realize, but Chip crushed. And I hope that y'all think that we crushed as well. Electrobabe, you're a real one. Felipe, see ya, Chase. Tony Mesa typing Chip. Electrobabe typing Chip. Kenny Powers, take care. Alicia, Lisa, all typing Chip as well. Brandon, Chip. Continue to pepper Chip in the chat because he made this thing happen. And we out. What a win for San Francisco. We'll see y'all tomorrow in a few hours. Peace.